Hey, welcome back again to Loan Officer Sales Huddle. I got a great episode going on today with Miss Lara, and help me out here with the last name.
Krakowiecki.
It is fantastic having you on here. So remember, with the Sales Huddles, what we're doing is we're running through all the best ideas and processes for file support, technology, referral partners, social media practices, everything relevant to the loan officers, today brokers. So CRMs and systems, artificial intelligence, the almighty powerful AI training, and continuing development. Today, we get to speak with you about, I've heard some great stuff for your company. Now, your company is Mako Mortgage Processing.
Yep.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're not like every other processing company because from my understanding, you actually offer front end and back end help. There's loan partners and processors. So give us a little background on that and how that works.
Yeah, so there's actually a few different things that make us different. So the biggest part is offering both of those services. A lot of third-party processing companies offer just processing, right? So they'll take the loan once it's ready to go to the lender. But we found that there's a lot of loan officers that need extra support, right?
Yes, they
do. You can send it to processing, but you still have a ton of pre-approvals that you need help with in order to get through. So what's unique about Mako is that we have a loan partner on the front end as well. So we will really take the file once you have a full and complete loan application. So from there, we'll help pull credit, we'll help collect docs from the borrower, help calculate income on your file as well.
You're running AUS?
Yes, of course.
Is there any help with troubleshooting AUS?
Yeah, 100%.
That stumps people a lot. So you actually. So if somebody comes on with for your assistance, you're giving them an entire team. So that loan officer is not, let me get some leads, let me go work my leads. Once I get a file, then I'm going to get a processing company. They come to you and you got their whole system already set up and ready to go.
Yeah, we're complete ops support. So one of the biggest things I say is usually loan officers are good at ops or good at sales. Right? So usually those two things don't cross, right?
No, yeah.
So if you're really good at selling loans and getting loan applications in, you really have another team behind you that's good at the ops. They're good at the details. They're good at making sure that everything else is covered, right? So we take care of the ops side of things, right? So that way the loan officer can focus on getting more business and they're not tied down in fires.
And that's what it's about. Absolutely. Every loan officer I've ever spoken to, I'm like, well, what would you like to do? I want to do more. Well, they can't be bogged down with their files. They can't lose a couple hours a day getting files ready to send it to their processing company or processor. That's what when I heard about Mako and what you guys are offering everybody, I was like, wow, this is like the complete package. Is there do you only do a conventional VA, FHA, or like what?
No, so we cover, we work with brokers. So brokers have hundreds of options of where they can send loans. So we even have some LOs that do hard money loans, commercial loans, non-QM loans. We help with all of that processing and qualification wise. So really whatever the loan officer needs in order to process their loan, there's hundreds of options of lenders and we work with quite a few of them. So
I got you. If a broker comes on and they want to use you, it's a great relationship. They really enjoyed working with their team. Do they get the same team every time that they?
Yep. Perfect question. Yeah, I have every loan officer ask me that question too, because you need consistency and synergy.
Yeah.
In order for that to work. So we do try making sure that you're working with the same team every time. I will say loan partners are pretty dedicated. You're not moving through loan partners. On occasion, we do try to make sure you're working the same processors, but sometimes there's a slew of files that come in. They're taking some time off. That's usually the only time that you will get a different processor. But 9 times out of 10, you're working with the same team.
I like that. When I go back to thinking when I used to do a lot of files, if I had multiple team members, I'd have to call 2 people to get updates on these 3 files and then call another person an update here and to have a dedicated team. That just pulls it all together, saves more and more time. We're here locally in Florida right now. Where do you serve? Is it just Florida?
No, so we have about 30 states that we're licensed in now. Really? So predominantly in the South, Southeast. However, licensed in about 30 states. So we cover a majority of the US, and we're growing as well. So we have aspirations to get the rest of the states, usually probably within the next year or two. We'll cover most of the US.
Okay.
And if any loan officers in a state that we're not licensed in, we're also open to getting licensed there as well.
Yeah, that's very, very nice.
Mhm.
Something big for our area here is a lot of people need bilingual or just other. So do you have options to work with?
Yeah, so we have both English and Spanish speaking loan partners and processors. So on both sides of the services that we offer, and we definitely make that available to our loan officers too.
Now, maybe somebody has an office has a fantastic pre-approval specialist already, but they're looking for. So do they have to sign up for the team, or can they take either side, whatever is more beneficial for them?
Yeah, so we offer 2-level services. So if they wanted to just use processing, we have that as well. And then our loan partner services is combined with processing together.
Okay, that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Mako, where'd that come from? Is any idea? Like, is it just because we're here in Florida?
No, shark. So Mako is the fastest shark, right?
Okay.
So fastest processors. So that's where it came from overall. So we are the Mako Sharks. You'll likely see a shark logo floating around, and there's a few things that allude to sharks and reefs and all that sort of stuff if you're on our website. But no, the fastest sharks. So, and we are a pretty fast processing team.
I like that. Now, how long have you guys been in business, serving files like this? You're not a startup right now. Like you're
not at this point in time. We're growing quickly. So Mako is just coming up on our 3-year anniversary overall. But that doesn't say that everybody only has 3 years of experience. So I really build our team based off of people who know their stuff. So my background is in underwriting. A lot of our team's background is in underwriting as well. And when I go to bring team members onto our team, I make sure that they have that level of knowledge and that level of detail as well.
I got to read a little bit about them prior to this, and if I'm not mistaken, did I see that it said that like your teams are just as invested as the loan officer because they don't get compensated if the file everybody's working to get the file across the finish line. So they're paid per file.
Yeah, so the whole third-party processing fee is a paid per file basis. So our team is invested in making sure the loan closes. And a really good caveat to that too is that not only is your processing, the loan partner fee is a per file basis. So what that allows you to do is to scale, right? So the biggest thing that draws loan officers into using a loan partner is you don't have to pay somebody's salary. It is a per file fee basis when the loan closes. So everybody gets paid when the loan closes. That loan officer, borrower, and it's a third part. It's paid by the borrower. It's a third party processing.
Right, and that's not coming out of your comp. Now, with that being said, I'm going to fall back to my early loan officer days. These would not be, because it's not cool. They're not ones to like, I got 15 leads that I got from Zillow and pre-approve them, because nobody's getting paid prior to, if it doesn't close. So as loan officers, as brokers, we do want to do our due diligence, make sure like there's some income there, there's some savings there, make sure that's their plan, make sure something's going on. And if it does look like it's a solid file, it's perfect to go for it. But I just want to make, like I point out, it's not cool to throw 10 deals to somebody knowing that they're like, oh, I hope I get one of them. Because that's a lot of pre-work that you guys do. But the fact that you cover everything from the start to the finish, they'll send out pre-approval letters.
So we send it to the loan officer for review, just for a double check of, hey, this is what I've seen, or different options of way to structure. So it's really a relationship at that point in time. So you have a really good communication with your loan partner, and they'll run the file past you of what things look like, just so you're aware and in the know with what's going on the file. And then we will help send the pre-approval letter out. If
the file looks good, but you said I did hear you say income scenario calculations. You do that.
Yep.
What about say, fortunately, sometimes credit's an issue. Do you have access to like some what if scenarios or anything like that you can?
So typically we'll have access to whatever the LO uses from the credit situation scenario desk from whatever credit provider you use. So it depends on which credit provider and what you have, but we will help with that as well.
That's nice. Is there a map showing the states in the country that you do cover?
Yeah,
How do they get in touch with you? How do they get in touch with you?
Perfect. So our website, MakoMortgageProcessing.com. Mako, M-A-K-O. We have how to get in touch with us. We have a form on there. All of the states that we're licensed as well. A little bit about us and our team does need to be updated. We have quite a few more team members than what's currently on there now.
How big are you?
We're probably approaching 50 now. Somebody asked me last week and I would have said 40. That's usually split almost 50-50 between our loan partners and our processors.
That is fantastic. That's a great size. So in 3 years, in what was a bit of a down market, you guys have just shined. You've grown. It sounds like you've expanded at a really great pace.
Yeah, definitely. It's I find that it's a win-win for LOs. You have the ability to grow your business, outsource it, and grow that way. So it's a product that we have that we've been able to help quite a few LOs grow their team and grow their business.
I got you. I tell you, if you do want to speed up your process, get a team on board with you, and you don't already have it available, I would absolutely recommend connecting with Mako. They are fantastic. I've used them for all 3 years. They've been wonderful. Started in Florida, but again, they're now over half the country. But reach out to them, check out their website. But thanks again for joining the Loan Officer Sales Huddle. We'll see you guys soon.